Oh shit. Hold on. Hold on, shot. Let me get my I didn't get prepared. I hit live on accident. That's an oopsies. I was not prepared to go live yet. I still wanted to give me something to drink real quick. Hold on. Let me do that real quick and then come right back. 1 second, shot. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Come on. Oh, it's all crooked and shit. Let me fix that real quick. We'll go ahead and we'll bust these out, man. Going live late. I know. I know. I just got off work. I've been busy. One of my buddies is paying me to make a website for him, so I've been pouring a lot of hours in making a website. It's all right. I mean, I'll show you real quick what it even looks like. But I've been making a website for my boy, and so I've been busy. This is what I got so far. He does sports cards and Pokemon cards, so still need him to send me that product list. Obviously, you see you got test stuff right now, so I still need to fix that when he sends me his product list. Other than that, like it's almost done and stuff. So yeah, yep, almost done with that. I'm working my tail end off with other business ventures with my own company and shit. So I've been busy as hell. My thumb not fully healed yet, still. So I'm struggling. I'm struggling a little bit. But with that being said, let's just get into what you're here for and what I'm here for. I'm hot as shit right now. I probably should take this fucking jacket off, but it is what it is. Oh, they're doing Better Be versus Bivol too. Ooh. Tomorrow, I didn't realize. I didn't even know that. The fuck? I've seen zero hype about that fight. Zero fucking hype. Can I get your thoughts on Brendan Allen? New haircut? Did he dye his hair? Why is everybody dyeing their fucking hair? Did hold on. Double check, make sure. Pretty sure he dyed his fucking hair, right? It's a fucking problem. Midlife crisis, lol. I don't know why everybody's dyeing their fucking hair blonde, bro. Like, Oliveira does it because, like, it's his team thing. Song Yadong does it now. I mean, everybody's dyeing their hair. Yeah, Brendan Allen dyed his hair blonde. I don't. Everybody's dyeing their fucking hair blonde. It seems like it's a new trend in the UFC now. Is it really blonde? Yes, it is really blonde. Here's like just a picture. I just found it. But no, I like in my thumbnail it's blonde, so that's what I assumed is what he meant. But it just seems like everything is fucking blonde. Everybody's dyeing their hair goddamn blonde. All right. All right, let's get into this real quick, man. Should have bust this out. It's late. I'm tired. I'm ready to get to work. I'm hot as well. Who's the guy? Was it him? No, it wasn't him. No, it wasn't him. Who was the guy that fucking... Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, I didn't know it was him. Right? He lost by TKO. Blonde Brunson. But let's get started with this shit, man. Let's get started right into this. Let's get with our first fight on the prelims. Of course, as always, if you want to join the Topology group, you can. I'll pull up the group real quick. This year, I'm doing pretty good on predictions, by the way. My overall is 63.3%, but this year I think I'm at like 72% so far in 2025. So we are on a good little streak, a good little run this year. Hold on, let me see. My groups, I will link it right now in chat. If anybody wants to join this ever, you can. So far, nobody has the predictions in. Tomorrow, guys, what are we doing? Usually we have like at least like 8 people have the predictions in by now. But I guess not. I guess not. But always feel free to join that whenever you feel like it. But let's get started with the first fight on the card. Modestas Bukauskas versus Rafael Cejudo. Cejudo's dog shit. He's ass. He's 34 years old. When he fought Ibo Aslan, he quit. Am I right with that? I'm pretty sure he took like one punch from Ibo Aslan and was like, "I'm fucking done," and then got into a ball and got finished. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't find him to be that good, anyways. He's 34 years old, and Bukauskas is actually a decent light heavyweight. Sometimes, like, he can be beat by guys who have power, and he can be chinned at moments, but I think when it comes down to like technical striking, I think Bukauskas has Cejudo beat. He just overall is better. And he's not like even like a small, like he's just like his size as well. Like I just don't see Bukauskas losing this fight whatsoever. Bukauskas is good. Is he the best light heavyweight on earth? No. Will he ever be anything? Probably not. But I just view him as being a nice technical fighter who can get chinned at moments, and I don't see Cejudo chinning him. I just can't trust to pick Cejudo just because it doesn't seem like he gives a fuck. You know, like it's a difference in a fight where like you just, you know, you get hit and you get rocked and you got to cover up versus like you get touched and you just fucking quit. I'll take Bukauskas' decision. I think he'll school him over 3 rounds, man. I just don't trust Cejudo or whatever his fucking name is. It's hard to pronounce these goddamn names. Moving on. Nasrat Muzaboev versus Eric Mechanico. Mechanico is like not good, right? 28-20, 10-4, 6-5, 5-7, 9-2. Like he's just not good. And I just don't think he is going to beat Ruziboev, who is pretty decent. Now, I don't think Ruziboev is like the best guy from like, you know, the Eastern Hemisphere, obviously, since he lost to Joaquin Buckley. But, like, he has decent striking. He can take it to Eric Mechanico, who, again, just isn't that good. This is kind of, I wouldn't call it a layup for Ruziboev, but I think he'll have his way in this matchup. I think he'll do whatever he wants to do. I think he'll go out there. I think he'll land his... Dean Jit's back! Dean Jit's fucking back. Holy shit. Dean fucking Jit, dude. It's been way too long, my brother. Thank you for the $20, man, dude. It's been forever, man. I missed you. How's my favorite Hawaiian doing? How is my favorite Hawaiian doing, man? What's up, brother? Long time no talk. I've been deployed. You've been busy is what I've been hearing. It's what you're saying. It's what you're putting down. You've been living life. Living life, man. Hopefully your deployment went well. Everything went smoothly. But, man, I did miss you, man. I did miss you. Missing my old Dean Jit. As you can see, I've been kind of lazy on my YouTube channel as of late. I got a promotion at work, so I'm like constantly busy. I'm actually working a full-time job and working my ass off, so it's hard to produce content. So, yeah. Thank you for the 20, man. I missed you. Thank you for the fucking $20, brother. 20 fucking balloons from Dean Jit, the best Hawaiian of all time. Let's keep it going though. Ruzabov should win, probably by KO, probably round 1 or round 2. He has power. Sometimes Ruzabov striking can be a bit simple. I forget which fight it was exactly. I think it was against Cedric Dumas, where he just threw the same right hand over and over and over again, like the exact same straight right, and it was getting on my nerves because if anybody decent fights him, they will counter that and chin him. But since he's fighting dumbass, he couldn't do shit about it. He did eye poke him, I guess, then finish him, but Ruzabov actually has some talent and skill. Mechanico, I'm not sold on him whatsoever. Yeah, moving on. Oh, wrong fight. Paige Van Zant's boyfriend, I believe, versus Nikolay Veretnikov. Is that how you say his name? Veretnikov? Yeah, Veretnikov. I was still Veretnikov. This guy Veretnikov has fought some decent comp, man. Obviously, he fought Danny Barlow, who's a hyped up prospect. Went to a split decision versus him. Fought somebody else as well. Michael Morales in the Contender Series. Yeah, he fought Michael Morales on the Contender Series 3 years ago. Went to a decision and didn't look too bad in that matchup. I think he was getting takedowns and everything in that fight. Like, he wasn't looking bad against Michael Morales, who's gone on to do pretty good things at welterweight at this point. Again, like Danny Barlow's a good prospect right now in the UFC, a good talented fighter. And this guy, Austin Vanderford, he's a bit, dude, I think he's chinny, man. I think he's just chinny. I can see him getting chinned by Veretnikov here. Now, like, he's not terrible, but I think Veretnikov has way better striking combinations, way better striking ability, grappling ability. And yeah, he's 35 years old, an older prospect to be in the UFC. But again, he's fighting decent comp outside the UFC who've gone on to do good things inside of the UFC. Austin Vanderford, I mean, yeah, he had some success at Bellator, but getting KO'd by Gegard Mousasi, you know. Mousasi's good though, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I feel like he's a bit chinny at times, and I think everything that Veretnikov does is better than what Vanderford does. I won't even lie to you. Yeah, I'll take him probably by finish, man. I think he'll find a way to touch his chin in the first or second round. I'd probably say first round. You know, I just don't think, like, he's just a Paige Van Zant merchant. I'm being a little bit too rude. I am. This Veretnikov has he just has the better resume. I think he's better overall. Like, when you do the eye test between these two guys, Veretnikov looks clearly better than Vanderford. They're both old, and I mean, yeah, they're only 3-4 months apart in age. That's actually kind of crazy. Yeah, they're only like 4 months apart, right? So they're the same age. Vanderford has 1 inch reach and a couple inches of height on him. Yeah, I just see him getting put down. After your predictions, can we talk Ilya moving up and what that means for him? For sure. Yeah, for Islam, sorry. Yeah, for sure. We'll talk about that. I'm making a whole video about JDM versus Bilal Muhammad, by the way. I made a whole video about it, but I wanted to, about the Topuria vacating his belt, but I wanted to leave out the JDM versus Bilal Muhammad because I'm going to make a prayer video. I fuck with those glasses heavy. Dude, they're fucking, they're gamer advantage. I use for forever, man. They're just blue light glasses. Still think it's pseudoscience. I ain't gonna lie, but I fuck with the look, so I just wear them just in case. But I did spend like $80 on those glasses, so I'm gonna wear them. They're getting those money's worth out of me, for sure. Let's move on. Ricky Simone versus Javid Bashrat. Can I confidently say that Ricky Simone is washed and not good anymore? And it kind of sucks because at one point, when I first watched Ricky Simone, he fought, I think it was Brian Kelleher at one point, and I was like, dude, this guy is slick with the grappling. His takedown entries are great. He looked super amazing to me. And then these past 3 fights, man, fight Song Yadong, gets all of his takedowns pretty much stuffed and then finish in the 5th round. Bautista just bullies him for 3 rounds. Vinicius Oliveira stuffs his takedowns, which it just seems like if he can't get his wrestling going, he's cooked. And do I believe that he can get his wrestling going against Javid Basharat? Possibly. Like, it is a possible, like, maybe he could get his takedowns going, but I mean, at some point, man, I just don't know. I think Basharat's grappling defense is pretty decent. And I think on the feet, I think Basharat will go out there and give him the good old 1-2 whooping. I'm not super confident in this. Like, I think Ricky Simone's a good dog because he can get his takedowns, and if he is successful getting his takedowns, he will probably dominate this fight. But I just don't know if I can trust him because these last 3 fights, man, he just has been struggling, and he needs a win or else he might get cut as well. So I have no idea what to do with Ricky Simone, but I'm going to take Javid Basharat to win. Basharat lost to Ayman Zahabi, which is, not the best look, but I think he's ranked, right? Isn't Ayman Zahabi ranked now? Victor Henry, whatever, Gordon Strike. And then before that, Basharat only fought kind of like people who are not that good in the UFC, like Mateus Mendonca, Mendonca, Tony Gravely. He can be kind of tricky sometimes, though. Trevin Jones, maybe this could be a nice little jump up the rankings, and maybe they can get him a ranked opponent next for Basharat, but, I mean, we'll see. But I think Ricky Simone's kind of washed now. I think he's kind of cooked. I think Basharat's still young and hungry. 29, at a good gym, has actually not the reach advantage. That's kind of crazy. But when you watch him strike, you see his striking skill on display. And I think it's clearly evident that it is better than Ricky Simone's. And if Ricky Simone can't get his takedowns going, then he loses pretty much. Moving on. Nick Klein versus Mansour Abdul Malik. Look at the odds. So, I mean, if you're a betting man, I mean, sprinkle some money on Nick Klein, like $5, $1. Sprinkle something on that shit because he's a huge underdog. But he's not good. He's not good, and that's why Abdul Malik is a big favorite for a reason, because this guy Nick Klein is pretty ass. Now, if you watch any of Nick Klein's fights, you just realize he's not good. Like, he beat Geraldo Souza, a 9-1 dude, but he's kind of dog shit at the same time as well. And this Mansour Abdul Malik is gonna put his lights out in the first round. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and waste your time with this prediction. It's a layup for him. He's meant to win. He's supposed to win, and he's going to win. Sorry, and he's just going to win. Fought at LFA as well. Abdul Malik. That's a good promotion to fight at. Typically, we see fighters come out of there who are pretty decent or good at the very, very least. This fight only a 1-0 guy, though, so it's kind of weird. But 7-0, Nick Klein is a lamb to the slaughter. Moving on. Andre Fili versus Melquizael Costa. Andre Fili is like as 50-50 as it gets. It's sometimes he wins, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he looks good, sometimes he doesn't. It's very hit or miss when it comes to Andre Fili. And he's only 7-0, but Nick Klein is fucking dog shit, dude. Watch his Contender Series fight. He's trash. He's trash, Norman. He's trash. But Andre Fili, like, sometimes Andre Fili is just you can't predict a good Andre Fili fight, but he did beat Cub Swanson, correct? Split decision, and Cub Swanson's been fucking laying people out, man. Putting them down with the 1-2, laying out what's his face? What was his name? He just recently beat him, bro. What the fuck is his name? Billy Quarantillo. Laid out Billy Q in the 5th round or 3rd round, Got finished by Dan Ige. It is what it is. Lucas Almeida, Lucas Almeida, he finished him. Had a good scrap with Nathaniel Wood where he hurt him at several occasions. Like, Philly, I think his level of competition has always been good. Beat Bill Aljo, who's been cut from the UFC. Andre Fili just has a level of comp and experience that I think will surpass Melquizael Costa, in my opinion. Can't stay for long, so I got C-Pop Dong for the dub. I got you. That's spoiler alert. I'm probably leaning towards picking Song Yadong, but I'll give you my explanation why later. Loses to Thiago Moises by submission. Rear naked choke. Steve Garcia laid him out as well. Nerdy and Becke. Austin Lingo's not that good. I can just see Andre Philly having success wherever he wants for the most part. I don't find Costa to be super amazing. I think Andre Philly has a level of comp again that's going to he's like a crafty vet, man. Like he's like a crafty fucking vet. I think he'll win, but I think we'll see Costa have some moments in this fight where he does have some success against Andre Philly, but I don't think it'll be enough. So I'm going to take Andre Philly by 29-28 decision. I think he wins not quite convincingly, but I think he clearly wins. Moving on. Yan Kutalaba versus Ibo Aslan. It was funny because I think his last fight against Ivan Arslan, I was like, I cannot trust Yan Kutalaba to win a fight until he wins one. But he's just a waste of talent. I hate saying this about fucking Yan Kutalaba. An actual waste of fucking talent. He's good. Like, he's physically imposing, and he can fucking take people down and bully them, like how he did against fuck, dude, what's his name? The kickboxer. Dustin Jacoby, like against him, like he battered him in that first round. Went to a draw with him though, but battered him in the first round. But like Ivan Arslan, okay, split decision. Felipe Lins loses. Tanner Boser, it's Tanner fucking Boser. Nizuchukwu, Johnny Walker gets taken down by Johnny Walker and submitted, man, and gets fucking fucked up by Johnny Walker. I just don't know. Yan Kutalaba just feels like he's just not. I don't know. He's just not good anymore, man. And he's only 31, dude. He's still kind of young, but it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I'll ever be anything. And it sucks because I think he's such a good personality. Slight underdog. Are they insane? Aslan next fight. I agree with you on that one. Coming crazy, but Ibo Aslan might be top 5 within 2 years. We'll see. Slight heavyweight. He's only 28. Yeah, possibly. Light heavyweight is dog shit. So like, all he needs is probably a couple wins, and he'll be ranked. And then like from there on, it's just can he KO people, and he probably will. But Ibo Aslan, this dude's on fucking roids, isn't he? This dude's on fucking roids. Now his striking isn't like the most impressive thing you'll see. Not super technical, but it is light heavyweight. But he packs a punch. This dude is amped up. He's confident. He killed that Rafael Cerqueira guy. He beat Anton Turcouch, which I think he lost to back on the regional scene. So I think that fight was him redeeming himself against the Pleasure Man, who's now since been cut from the UFC. Obviously, KO Paulo Renato. This guy's like a walking monster of a power. I don't know what the fuck to say. Like, he's just a super powerful dude. Not super technical, but he does pack a punch. I don't see Kutalaba beating him. I can't trust him. And Kutalaba can be put down and TKO'd. I can see a punch that Aslan lands on Kutalaba, kind of like rocks him for a moment, and then he just kind of crumbles up and then gets finished. Is Aslan chinny? Not that what we've seen so far. He's 14-1. I don't have any recollection of him ever getting like rocked. So I don't think he's chinny yet. But like, his fights are always pretty quick. So there's not really any evidence of him being chinny until like maybe he fights somebody who's better than Yan Kutalaba. Or maybe Yan Kutalaba shows he has a bad chin or something like that. That could be the deal. But I'll take Aslan probably round 1, like late round 1 TKO. Maybe round 2, or like early round 2, late round 1. But I'll do round 1 for this prediction. Moving on. Alonzo Minifield versus Julius Walker. Walker's young. He is young. He's an underdog in this one. Not a bad underdog. Alonzo Minifield lost to Mirzakhanov. It is what it is. Carlos Oberg, lost. It is what it is. Those are two decent guys at light heavyweight as well. Minifield, it worries me because sometimes I feel like his IQ is just not there. I feel like he just is like, I'm going to walk forward to swing overhands and land. But he can stuff takedowns. He did well against Jimmy Crute to stuff his takedowns and stuff. Pleasure Man, the Norwegian countries haven't got any really good MMA fighters. Yeah, Gustafsson at best. There's just nothing really there for them. Those Norwegian guys, yep. Or any Scandinavian country. I mean, the best people from Scandinavia is like, Hamzat, out of Sweden and some shit like that. How's Walker's gas tank? I haven't really assessed it too much. He gets a lot of finishes as well, but he's good takedowns. He's only 6-0. Like, he's coming in as pretty young. Like like let's see. Like I don't think his fights are that long as well. Let me go to Topology real quick. His fights are not that long, from what I've seen. Like everything's a first round finish. Like first round 158, first round, first round, first round, first round. Like there's not much information on his gas tank just yet. Now, Minifield has good gas tank. Like, he has a good gas tank. He can, like, go for a full 3 rounds and still have power in the third round. That could be the way he wins, is by stuffing Julius Walker's takedowns. And then fucking, on the feet, he chins him. It's risky. I don't know why. Minifield's ranked, by the way. So I don't know why Julius Walker's getting this fight so early. He has what? He has literally no UFC fights. He's 6-0, by the way. 6-0, his UFC debut. He's fighting like number 14 or 15th ranked Alonzo Minifield. What the fuck are we doing, UFC? I don't get that. I don't know why. I mean, for Walker, it's amazing, but for Minifield, like, why are you taking this fight? It just doesn't make any sense for me. It's like all risk, no reward. So, but you know what? End of the day, do I believe in the 25-year-old prospect to get it done as an underdog? No, fuck it, man. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, just for now. Minifield sometimes lacks IQ, and I can see Minifield stuff a good takedown or like get into a sprawl situation, and then he just fucking does something stupid, and we see Walker get his back and choke him out. That's what I can see happening. I think Minifield has a good chance of losing, which is sad. I do too. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do Julius Walker, quick first round submission where he takes down Minifield. They get into a sprawl, gets on his back and chokes him out. But if Walker wins, I don't think he can get another ranked win. Not yet. I mean, no, obviously he needs you mean ranked opponent? I think obviously he needs to fight somebody like making their debut as well. Like there's no way he should be fighting Minifield as a 6-0 prospect. Like if he was at, 1, or if he was at Ryzen and he was like 14-0, that would make sense to me. But bro, you're fighting out of fucking peak fighting. Where's he train at? Team Fusion? Where's Team Fusion? Let me see. Where is this at? Missouri? Okay, here it is. Yeah, it's in Springfield, Missouri. Never mind. I thought possibly he was at Elevation or something like that, but he's not. Yo, hop on Rivals. We got ranked rewards to get. I don't even have Rivals downloaded right now, man. I might play Valorant later. Have you heard of UFC getting rid of double champions, allegedly? They're not going to do that. That's too much money they're going to lose. Potentially. But I'm going to take Walker by, I wouldn't say fluke submission, but just basically being able to get the back of Minifield in a quick sprawl scenario and choking him out with a rear naked choke. First round sub. Moving on. Gene Silva versus Melsik Bagdasaryan. Now I've been like very adamant about this fight for a very, very long time. This is a really tough fucking matchup for Gene Silva. I've said it before. I'll continue to say it, dude. Bagdasaryan is low-key kind of a dog in this one. Low-key. Lopez said it on cam. If you want a second belt, you have to vacate your original belt and switch divisions, allegedly. No way. They've made too much money off of double champs. There's no way. I mean, if that's the truth, then that's weird. Why would the UFC do that? That's like terrible marketing for themselves. If Makhachev wants to move up and fight Bilal and get double champ status, that would like kind of ruin it a little bit. I mean, let's be real here. Like double champ, this might be a different kind of video or whatever, but double champ status is kind of is toxic for the UFC. Like it's great marketing and gets a lot of money. However, it kind of ruins divisions. Like, it really does ruin divisions. Like, when Volk was fighting Islam for double champ status for the longest time, dude, featherweight was kind of just dry with nothing happening in it because Volk wasn't fighting in his division. So I mean, from that standpoint, like it does really ruin divisions or make it stale for a little bit. But in terms of marketing, it's genius. You know, it gets you a lot of money coming in. But let's get back into this. Gene Silva versus Bagdasaryan. Bagdasaryan is probably going to give Gene Silva problems. That's my one prediction that I think will be absolutely correct. I think at some point we'll see Bagdasaryan have some success versus Gene Silva. Bagdasaryan is low-key a prospect in himself. He is pretty decent. Beat Tucker Lutz. Kalibao, he was actually going to beat Kalibao. He was on his way to schooling Kalibao, then gets dropped with I think Kalibao caught his kick. He fell off balance and then just got in a rear naked choke and it was over from there. It was very unlucky for Bagdasaryan. But this guy is tall, rangy, has really fast kicks, good kicks. And Gene Silva being a little muscle hamster himself, he is smaller. He is going to be 2 inches smaller than him. I can see him having trouble getting on the inside and trying to work his boxing versus Bagdasaryan, who's going to be at range using his kicks. But I think at some point we'll see Gene Silva get him with something. With a right hand, an uppercut in the clinch. There's going to be some strike that he finds Bagdasaryan's chin, and he probably hurts him and puts him down. I don't know if he does TKO Bagdasaryan, though. I don't think he does. I'll be real with you. I think he'll hurt him on several occasions in the second and third round. I think we'll see a very, 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 very difficult first round for Gene Silva. And then in the second and third, he gets settled in a little bit and he finds ways to hurt or land the bigger punches versus Bagdasaryan. This will be a close fight, in my opinion. I think it'll be a close fight. Don't pick against Gene Silva. I'm not. He can get a takedown for sure. Have we seen Bagdasaryan get taken down before? I don't think he really fought anybody try to take him down. Is that really Gene Silva's game, though? He likes to strike. I don't know. But I'm just kind of worried for Gene Silva. Maybe Bagdasaryan question mark kick, head kicks him and puts him down. That could be a possibility as well. This could be a fraud check, man. This could be a fraud check incoming, but I'm going to trust Gene Silva. I think he's the best prospect in the UFC so far. He's one of the better fighters that we have right now that can go up the rankings at featherweight. Dude's a monster. Dude is a monster. I can't pick against him just yet. Moving on. Rob Font versus Gene Matsumoto. He was shooting in other fights. But do I think he'll take down Bagdasaryan? I don't know. We'll see, man. That will surprise me if that happens, if he shoots takedowns consistently. Gene Matsumoto is kind of not that good, right? That's kind of my whole take about him. Brad Katona, Dan Argueta, he was struggling against these guys. These guys aren't that good. He's fighting Rob Font. Why is he fighting Rob Font? He has wins over Brad Katona and Dan Argueta. And he's fighting Rob Font, who's ranked what right now? Bantamweight. Ranked number 9. And we have Gene Matsumoto, he has wins over Brad Katona and Dan Argueta, 2 low-level bantamweights. And he's getting Rob Font ranked number 9. Why the fuck? What is his booking decisions? Dude, I think the UFC is just tired of having guys who are older in their rankings, and they're trying to get the whole division moved on from now. It's just crazy. What's Matsumoto's best win? Brad Katona is his best fucking win by decision, where he struggled. He wasn't even doing that great against Brad Katona. It was a very close decision, by the way. He won, then what the fuck? But I'm pretty sure Katona was taking him down as well. I think he had him on his back a few times. So I mean, it's Rob Font, dude. And I know Rob Font's 37, but and this guy's known for having kind of a bad chin, but he doesn't get chinned, right? We see Rob Font get hurt by Marlon Vera several times, but never goes out, never gets chinned. And on the feet, he was fucking piecing up Vera. You know, the only reason Vera won that fight was because he was able to hurt Rob Font at moments. But in between those moments, dude, Rob Font was piecing up Cheeto Vera. You know, Adrian Yanez, he smokes Adrian Yanez in the first round. Corey Sandhagen out wrestles him though. That's kind of like the part where you can't have a good argument against this because Corey Sandhagen, who's not really a grappler, is able to take down Rob Font and control him for like 3 rounds or like 5 rounds, I think. Figueiredo had a good fight with him, but got taken down a lot of the time as well. Kyler Phillips, I think Kyler Phillips is better than Gene Matsumoto, and he can do takedowns as well. Kyler Phillips can. G might be able to just blanket him on the ground. Font has pretty shit grappling. That's a good take. Like, I don't mind that. Like, if you think that Matsumoto can take him down, that's fine. But also Matsumoto was getting out fucking grappled by Brad Katona as well. Like, he won, but there was times where Brad Katona was doing well against him on the ground. So it's like, where is this guy's grappling level truly at? You know what I'm saying? No, I think it was Dan Argueta. My fault. I'm having Dan Argueta. I think Dan Argueta was out grappling him before he got the guillotine choke. Like, it's just like, these guys are not very good, and he's having trouble against them. He's 16-0. I think he might be a bit overhyped. They both missed weight. It's on short notice as well, I think. Is it on short notice? I don't know. Dude, I might take Rob Font, man. It's catch weight. Okay, catch weight. At the same time, it's harder for new guys to get comfortable shooting in on an octagon, you know, against vets and whatnot. Probably Font just because of that. I agree. Like, I don't know, man. It's like, we know Rob, but on the feet, man, dude. That's the thing. Rob Font on the feet's a demon. His jab is money. Like, I don't care how old he is, 37 years old. His striking is fucking legit. Like, we know that. I can see. I think I'm gonna pick Rob Font by decision. I think we're gonna get the typical, this guy gets takedowns but does no damage with them. And then on the feet, we see Rob Font do more damage and win the fight based on damage. That was so much. I said damage like 4 times, but you get my point. I think what we're going to see is Matsumoto take down Rob Font at times. We're going to see Rob Font actually scramble for once in his fucking life and get back up to his feet. And when it's on the feet, we'll see Rob Font piece his fucking brains up with immaculate boxing combos. But yeah, that's my take. I don't know. I'm saying Font by decision. It's going to be fucking weird, isn't it? Really weird. I don't know. Moving on. Brendan Allen versus Anthony Hernandez 2, by the way. It's not the first time meeting, which is kind of crazy. Here's my deal. I think it was because I was like originally going to this fight like 50-50 on who I think is going to win. And then I remembered that Brendan Allen fought, who was it? It wasn't it was Jacob Malkoun. When he fought Jacob Malkoun was pretty much able to out-grapple him at moments. And I'm like, if that's Anthony Hernandez instead of Jacob Malkoun, I can just see Hernandez just being a better overall grappler. Like, that's my kind of whole take with this fight. Like, they're both going to grapple a lot. I see Hernandez pushing the pace, obviously, and being able to just have better position. Like, when he's on control, like, I can see Hernandez being on top more than Brendan Allen. That's kind of my whole take. Because when you watch these two grapple, it seems like Brendan Allen's a little bit more softer in the grappling department. Like, he just is like a little bit more, like, not as vicious or not as like, he's not in a hustle a lot of the times, and that kind of bothers me. Now with Fluffy, like, it feels like he's always in a fucking hustle. Like, he's always trying to like advance position, go here, pull a guillotine, do this, get the bag, get top position, get control. Like, I feel like he's more like he's trying to establish so many different things at once. I feel like Brendan Allen's just trying to get you in a full guard and just sit there for a whole round and not do much and just chill. Maybe go for a leg here and there. I think when it comes to who's a better grappler, I think Anthony Hernandez is going to be better. I think even if Brendan Allen gets takedowns, I can see Hernandez being able to reverse position and staying on top. You know, I can see him on his back at Brendan Allen a lot for this fight. Allen doesn't have as high of grappling IQ, if you know what I mean. I agree. Hernandez knows what to do on the ground and progress. Allen tries to grab the legs, nothing ahead of sight. If he's desperate. I just think like even with Brendan Allen, like watching his Mavov fight, it seems like he doesn't know what the fuck to do sometimes. He just does shit because he just wants to do it. Or like he just feels like doing it. Like, there's not much fight IQ in Brendan Allen. Like he's decent and he can get wins and like not a bad fighter by any means, but I see more purpose in Anthony Hernandez's grappling. Like he's trying to do things to gas you out while on, like he's constantly working. And I can see in a 3-rounder where it's the third round. It's been a grueling grappling pace. Brendan Allen is gassed, and Hernandez is out there fucking still pulling guillotines and getting in half guard and doing a bunch of different shit. I think it's going to be an easy win for Hernandez. I think by far he's a superior grappler to Brendan Allen. Easy Hernandez decision, 2-1. I think I agree. Maybe 3-0 for Hernandez, in my opinion. I think he wins all 3 rounds. But no finishes, though. Moving on to our main event. Now, this is what I like to see, because as you guys know, I love my songy ding dong. Pause. Here's the deal, man. Here's the deal. Song Yadong's made for this fight. He's made for this. I'm going to convince you, Norman. Listen to me real quick. He's made for this fucking fight. One day, probably next week, I'll make a video. And my video is going to be titled UFC Champions Kryptonite. Which fighter is every single UFC champion's kryptonite? Something like that. Song Yadong will beat Merab. If Song Yadong fought Merab tomorrow, he would fucking stuff his takedowns and sleep him in the first fucking round. That's my take, dude. Song Yadong he's made for grapplers, man. And you might say, Kendall, what about the Petr Yan fight? Petr Yan took him down. He wasn't expecting the takedowns. He was so focused on he was so focused on Petr Yan striking, because Petr Yan striking is very fucking elite, that the takedowns came that way. Henry Cejudo is not on the same fucking level of striking as a Petr Yan, and we'll see Song Yadong be more comfortable on the feet and worry more about the takedowns. And when Song Yadong, when it comes to his grappling defense, he's fucking elite. He's fucking elite, man. So I think if he fights any guy who is mainly a wrestling heavy guy with less than mediocre striking, or just mediocre striking like a Merab, like a Cejudo, I can see Song Yadong straight up saying, fuck you, Henry Cejudo, shucking him off and landing a nasty left hook and KOing him out cold. I'm just saying that, man. I see Song Yadong going out there and embarrassing Henry Cejudo. Now, could I be wrong? I could be wrong. I can. It's MMA. Shit happens. You know what I'm saying? But I think Song Yadong is made for this fucking fight. And Cejudo, I'll be honest with you, man. When was his last good takedown where he got control time? Because at the very worst, let's say I'm completely fucking wrong. Let's say I'm totally wrong on this whole aspect of my prediction. Let's say Henry Cejudo goes out there and he takes down Song Yadong. His grappling style is just to hold you down. It's not to do damage, not to get submissions. It's just to sit there and hold you the fuck down. And in today's standards, man, when it comes to MMA scoring nowadays, to judging, damage rules all. And so when I look at Henry Cejudo and how he gets takedowns and his grappling style, he don't do too much fucking damage. So I think at the very fucking least, man, we see Song Yadong go out there, and if he gets taken down, he gets taken down, but he'll get back up, he'll scramble back up, and he'll do more damage than Henry Cejudo. So even if I'm wrong with the whole Song Yadong thing, I think he beats Cejudo, man. Is Henry washed? I agree. I think he is. Gotta head out, my dude. I'll pop in for the fight campaign. I got you, Evan. See you later, man. I think Petr Yan will be champion, to be honest. It may sound crazy, but watch. Positively, man, if he can fight more often. You are crazy. MMA scoring with Pride or Cejudo if he just smothers him. Don't lie. I mean, obviously, Norman, if he has control for 4 minutes, then yes, it goes to Cejudo. But if it's a minute of control time, no, it doesn't work like that. It is what it is, but damage isn't important as it should be. It isn't pretty important. We've seen fights before where guys win. Even 2 minutes, no. I think if it's let's say it's 2 minutes, right? let's say Henry Cejudo gets down Song Yadong, gets into full guard for like 2 minutes in a round. Obviously, if Song Yadong does fucking nothing for the rest of the round, then he loses. But if he goes out there and he, like, I don't know, lands a big left hook, then it's his round. It's his fucking round. It depends on judges. No, I mean, obviously, yes. For every single fight, depends on the judge. But I can see Cejudo getting like, I can see Cejudo getting control time for like half the round, and as long as Song Yadong does more damage on the feet, he wins that round. I don't know. I just think that. But like back to my main take, like my main what I think is gonna happen. I'm thinking like third round TKO. I think he sleeps him. Cejudo's 38 years old. It's a fucking young man's game. This is a young man's game, not an old man's game. This guy should never came back. I'm not, like dead ass. Cejudo should have stayed retired. Should have stayed retired, man, but he didn't. I see Song Yadong going out there and sleeping him. He's too undersized, man. Odd fight. I think it's pretty clear cut to me, man. I think Song Yadong wins. He's good. Like, lost to Petr Yan, but he was hanging. He was kind of there. Like, he got taken out a few times. But the first round, he was kind of there. Still got outstruck by Petr Yan, but like he wasn't getting like blown out by him. Chris Gutierrez was kind of disappointing, but guess what he did? He evolved, resorted to takedowns, and got down Chris Gutierrez and won that fight. Ricky Simone stuffed all of Ricky Simone's takedowns and then slapped him in the 5th round. What else? Corey Sandhagen had a cut. Looking pretty good, though. Like, wasn't looking too bad against Corey Sandhagen. Got the cut. Whatever. Dr. Stoppage is what it is, but he was having fun in that fight for the most part. Mom Marias, whatever. Fuck out of here. He's so chinny. So fucking chinny. I don't count that fight. Didn't Cejudo drop Maraba, or am I crazy? No, he just hurt him with a left hook. Unlike O'Malley. Whatever. I'm going to take Song Yadong. I think he's made for this. I think he's built to beat guys like Cejudo. Yeah, that's my predictions. We'll go through them real quick just to give a little recap. But I'm taking, obviously, Song Yadong over Henry Cejudo. I'm taking Anthony Hernandez over Brendan Allen. I'm taking Rob Font over Gene Matsumoto. I'm taking Silva over Bagdasarian. Walker over Minifield. Aslan over Kutalaba. Philly over Costa. Abdul Malik over Nick Klein. Bashrad over Simone. Vretnikov over Vanderford. Ruzabev over Mechanico. And Bukowskis over Sadkiera. Let's go. Logical predictions. Have a good night. I listened a little bit. I did some research for this card. Just like the very tiniest bit, but I did something for this card. But Dean Jit. We'll go ahead and we'll talk about your good old Ilia Topuria right now. Let's talk about your Ilia Topuria, man. What was your question you had? Let me scroll back up real quick. There's Aslan Chinny. No, not it. Where are you? Here you go. After predictions, can we talk about Ilia moving up and what that means for Islam? That means Islam will not fight Bilal Muhammad, right? I'll see you, Norman. Have a good night, man. But that means I'll see you tomorrow, by the way. That means Islam's probably going to fight Topuria probably around fight week. Or no, sorry, International Fight Week. Sorry, not just fight week. So, I mean, for Islam, like, I don't think maybe he wins. I need to watch some more fight film to get a good grasp of who's going to win. It's just tough because we see Topuria KO people in the first round, second round a lot of the time. The biggest fight we have, or the biggest amount of information we can get from Topuria is Josh Emmett fight. That's really about it. If Ilya caught Max, then he can catch anyone. That is for sure. But I am worried about how his power translates to lightweight. Like, will his power be good at lightweight? Like, he KO'd Jai Herbert at lightweight, but it's Jai Herbert. He's notoriously chinny. So I don't know if we'll see his power translate to Islam, because Islam has a pretty decent chin for the most part. We've seen him fight like Poirier and get hit pretty hard. We've seen him fight. Damn, like, has Islam really fought anybody with a lot of power besides like Oliveira? And even Oliveira is not the most powerful dude in the world. Like he has power, but not like crazy amounts. Let me see. Who has he fought so far in like the past like 4 years? Moicano, not much power. Poirier sometimes has power. I think his power more so comes from his technique than his actual like physical power. Or like raw genetic power. Volkanovski, no power. Volk, no power. Oliveira has power. Drew Dober, but like he kind of neutralized Drew Dober. Dan Hooker took him down almost immediately. I don't know, like the last time we seen his chin be tested, right? Who was it against? Like not against Sarukian or Davy Ramos. I don't know. Like maybe we see. It's tough, man. I don't know. I don't know. Tough fight to predict. I think Topuria. My gut tells me Topuria is going to win this fight. I don't know why, but my gut's telling me that so much. I wonder if Ilya can stuff the takedowns though versus Elite Wrestling. I think I'm right on this one, but I'm pretty sure Topuria started out jiu-jitsu or started out wrestling. What did Ilya Topuria start training? Yeah, at the age of 7, Topuria moved to Georgia with his family and started practicing Greco-Roman wrestling at a local school. So, like, he has some sort of wrestling base. Like, I'm pretty sure he is a wrestling jiu-jitsu base. Like, I think his boxing came second. So, we'll see. I don't know how good his wrestling truly is. Probably isn't that amazing. But it's going to be a pretty big Islam. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am worried about like how big Islam's going to be compared to him. How big is Topuria? I think he's like 5'6", right? He's Volk size. He's Volk sized. 5'7". He's like 5. He's probably 5'6". 5'6". Yeah. Definitely undersized for a lightweight guy, and height especially. It does worry me a little bit how he's going to fare against the bigger dude in Makhachev. But I think he'll do well, man. I think he'll scramble pretty well. I mean, we saw him fight Ryan Hall. We saw him fight a few other wrestlers like Damon Jackson. He shook them off pretty well. Let me see. Fought Zalal. You said Zalal did pretty well against him. Obviously, he won. I mean, still, like, there's not Bryce Mitchell, stuff this takedowns, but like these guys aren't the Islam Makhachevs with their wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough. It's tough. I think he wins though, man. Dude's rich. He's just fucking rich. I think he wins as of right now. But what does it mean for featherweight though? Featherweight's kind of in a spot right now where it kind of has to be Diego Lopez, or it looks kind of bad for the featherweight division, right? Because if Volk wins, it's kind of like, well, Volk lost to Topuria, he would have lost again. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. The division isn't like the champion. Our division is not the best in the division. It's Topuria still. So if Lopez wins, then it's kind of like, well, Lopez won. Well, what if Lopez versus Topuria ever happened? Like, who would win that matchup? It'd be like a big what if. So people could still have that argument about who would win and everything. And I don't know. I think it's always bad for a champion to vacate their belt willingly, or just vacating in general, because it leaves like a stinky impression on the division. Like, oh, the best guy in the division just left and didn't lose naturally. So you can't just really move on. Kind of like how, who was it? Who vacated the belt? Kind of like, it's somewhat similar to how Khabib retired. It kind of felt like that anybody who was champion after Khabib wasn't like the real champ. Then eventually, like, we see this happen, and we get Oliveira as champ, and we're like, okay, Oliveira, maybe he could beat Khabib, and we get like a little bit of a, a what if scenario. I mean, like, we say Khabib's washed now. That's kind of how things go. But for a while, it seems like whenever a champion leaves, the division is kind of in a bad spot until we get like a nice, decent contender again, and we can get that what if in our brains going. But yeah, I don't know. I think Taporia leaving, very surprising, but we got Jack Della Maddalena. Jack Della Maddalena. Pretty sure he's fighting Bilal Muhammad for the championship belt, man. I can't wait. Can't wait for that. Please, no one pull out, please. Please, no one pull out. But I'm going to get out of here, boys. It's, what time is it? 12:30. I'm hungry. I want to eat something. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sound like a plan? I'm a bit stuttery today. I don't know what's going on. I'm actually really stuttery today. But yeah, I'm get my ass out of here. I need to wash my hair. It's getting greasy. I got to work on some other things, but I'm out of here, man. Thank you. Thank you, DJ, for the $20, my man. My favorite Hawaiian of all time. Norman, I'll see you. Who else was in here? Cranium, you were here for a second. Eben, you were here for a second, but thank you guys so much. Hobknocker, Stall Driver, man. I'm out of here, guys, man. Appreciate you so much. Again, thank you, Dean Jet, for the fucking $20. That's huge, huge. I have a lot of video ideas for you guys the next couple days or weeks, so there will be content, man. There will be content coming soon. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.